Hey guys, I'm Bez and welcome to another video, and in this tutorial I'll be talking about how you can connect WebHDFS REST API using a Java application. Now if you are familiar with the WebHDFS REST API, then you would know that you can really use it using the curl command on Linux, and there's a complete documentation regarding that, like how you can use the curl command to open different files, create new directories of files, upload files from the local file system. But I didn't really find any tutorial on the web regarding how you can use this API through a Java application, without taking the help of some external APIs that you can download from GitHub and all that. So here in this tutorial I would be showing you a very simple way through which you can open different files, you can upload content to existing files, you can create new files and all that. So let's get started. Now for here I will be using the Eclipse IDE on Linux, because it's pretty easy if you guys use Eclipse to import packages and all that, but you can use gedit to write your code. So I'll just create a new project. It should be a Java project, not a dynamic web project. Okay. There you go. Now let me name the project something like WebHDFS test. I'm gonna write all this code all over again because I've already tried it once. Finish it. Okay. So when I'm using the WebHDFS REST API, I won't be using any classes or any methods that are provided in the Hadoop jar, right? Because when I'm using this API, I'm making sure that applications that have no idea what Hadoop is can also interact with the HDFS, right? So here in this case I'll be only using the classes provided by the JDK, not by anything else. Okay, so I'll just create a new class here, and let me just name it what, open test. I'll include a main method and open it. Okay, so now the first thing I have to do here is get a reference, get a URL reference of the file that I want to open in the HDFS, right? So for that I'll just need to create an instance of the URL class like this, and here I need to provide the URL. Now you would know that HDFS runs on the port 50070 by default, and I'll put here WebHDFS/v1. Now this is my name, and let me just, yeah, a file, no, not this one, this contains some serious data. So this is my file, right? So this is the same for you. This portion, if you are running your HDFS on a local host, then this portion is the same, and then comes your user, or this is actually a directory structure I follow, user, and then it's my name. So whatever it is for you, you paste it over here, and then the file name that you want to read. And after this, after you're done with this, you need to specify your username, and you do it like this. You put a mark of interrogation, and then you put user.name equals your name. And I need to pass another parameter, that is what operation I want to do. Now I want to simply open this file, so it would be open. So I got my URL reference, right? Let me just import all the stuff. That should do the job. Okay, so I have my URL reference. Now what I have to do, I need to open a connection, right? So it would be an HTTP URL connection. Import it from the java.net, not from javax.net.ssl, because we are opening a simple HTTP URL connection, not an HTTPS URL connection. Just make sure that. Next is con is equal url.open connection. Oh, I need to cast it too. I forgot that. There is another throws it. Yeah, it's the IO exception. Now you'd find out that the malformed URL exception is gone because IO exception is a super class of this malformed URL exception. So we don't need it anymore. Okay, we got our connection open. Now we need to set the method. So set request method. Now we are reading, right? And for reads, you would know that we use the get method. So I'll type in here get in capital, and then in the next line, what I need. I got everything set up. Now I want to read, right? And how I'm gonna read? I need some kind of input stream, right? And to enable that input stream, you need to do another thing, and this is that. Set do input true, and by this I'm telling that through this connection I can extract some data from that file, right? So I'm setting it to true, and then in the next line I will just get my input stream. And I'm not gonna be doing, okay, I'll just do it like this. It'd be easier for you to understand. Input stream in there's my input stream. Now I'll use a buffered reader, or I don't need a buffered reader as well. I can use it like this. Let me get an integer variable over here, and then like this. I will read it byte by byte until it's not equals to -1, and here I'll simply print it out. And that's it. That's all you gotta do to read a file. So let me just run this and see whether we have done everything perfectly or not. Yeah, I think we have done everything properly. Yeah, I understand that you can't really see the data properly, but actually this file contained a lot of data, and it has actually displayed me all of that. And I think, yeah, I have put a print line, and that's why after each character it's going to the next line. Really a bad decision by me. Yeah, there's my data from the file. Now it's appearing perfectly. So this is actually a text that I extracted from the internet. I don't remember from where. So this is it. This is how you open a file in HDFS. Very simple example, right? Next, let's try to create a new file in HDFS. That's our second job. So let me just create a new class. I won't do that in the same class, and I'll name it put test, because when you upload some file you call it putting, right? I'll finish. Now the first step here is also the same, right? In the previous step we needed a URL. Here we will also need another URL. So I'll create another object of the URL class. Let me just type it out first. Similarly, WebHDFS /version1. Yeah, my name. So what? I need to create a new file, right? What will I create? tutorial1.txt. This seems to be a good name. Next, I need to provide my username and the operation. Now last time I was opening a file, so the operation was open. This time I'm creating a file, so it would be create. Let me go to the next line. Let me just bring all this, let it just be there, no problem. So after this I need to open a connection, right? So I'll get http URL connection con is equal url.open connection. That's done. I need to cast it again. Damn, my system is really slow. As they say, to run Hadoop you really need at least 8 gigs of RAM. Okay, that's it. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, so last time we set the request method as get because we are reading something. Now this time we are putting a file, so the request method would be put. So in the string I'll pass put, and next when we are putting some file, then we just have to do this, right? And I don't want to append something to that file or something like that, or what, or should I do that? Okay, I will do that too. So connection.setRequest is put. Now this time if we want to write something to that file, then we have to set do output as true, because last time we were reading, so do input. Now we are writing to that file, so do output. So when you are done with it, just simply write something like con.get output stream dot write, and let me write something like hey YouTubers, or hey YouTube, whatever. But I can't pass a string over here, I need to convert it to bytes, so I'll call the get bytes method, and that's it. Now let me just run this application. Hopefully it's gonna work. Then I also need to check it out from the terminal. Okay, so it looks like it has worked. I forgot to print something and all that. So what I will do is I will use the previous program to check out whether our data has been written or not. So I named it what? Tutorial1, I guess. Tutorial1.txt. So I'll read it using this. Now what? File not found exception. Damn, what is this? Hey guys, you got me back over here. Now I figured out what problem I was making previously. So I added this bunch of code over here. I think just by writing something over to this file won't really work for you. So you gotta call this function which really gets the header fields, and when you do this, then at this point of time your whatever operation you want to do, that is really executed when you get the header files and all that. And then I just I run this application again, and this time it returns me this, like my file has been created, connection is closed and all that, and this is the location of my file with the HDFS protocol, right? So now we will try to read this file using the opentest.java. Just remember that this is the bunch of code that you have to put when you are changing some content. Okay, you need to get the header files, whether you display it or not, just get the header files. Okay, so I got that, and now I'll just display the contents using this. I don't know why Tomcat is starting every time. So there you go. This is my hey YouTube. Whatever I had written to that file has been displayed over here. So now next, let's just modify this program, So we created, right? We have created a file called tutorial1.txt. Now suppose this file already exists in the HDFS, and what we want to do is we want to append some text to this file. Then how are we gonna do that? So to do it, I need to change the method from put to post. Now you will find it all in the documentation, like which method does what and all that. So it's post now, not double P, it's single P, yeah. So do input and do output, all that true, just leave it over there. Now we are going to append something. So from where are you gonna append? Let us append something from a local file to that file. So let me open the terminal. there's my documents. Let me create a simple file over here. Append.txt. This is a line to be appended. Control D. My file is saved. So now we can upload the content of this file. So for uploading, we need to open a stream, right? So file input stream fin is equals to new file input stream. Damn, why are you so slow, man? /home / my name, documents, and what was the name? Append.txt, I guess. Yeah. So there's my stream, right? Now I want to upload something from this stream to that. Now I need to read from this stream, right? So for that, I'll this time use a buffered reader. New input stream reader. Damn, man, it's too slow. So here I'll just pass the fin. Now let me just import the buffered reader. I already did, I don't know what's the problem. Okay, again I'll import. Yeah, so my buffered reader is set. Now let me create a new string, two new strings. One is for reading the lines and another is for storing the whole content. So let me write here a while loop, line equals br dot read line not equals null. Till then I'll just append to this content. So my content is ready now, whatever I'm gonna write. So what I will do is I'll simply cut paste this line after that. As you can see, my Eclipse is just too slow because I have a screen recorder running right now, and with this I'm using it. Okay, so now instead of that hey YouTube, I'll just parse content over here, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. So let's just run it and see whether we get a success message or a failure message, whatever. Okay, we got a bunch of thing over here. A bad request. I don't know what is a bad request. Oh yeah. I just made this mistake. When you are appending something to a file, you need to change the option from create to append. Now I need to do this. Damn, that was a really silly mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so this time I got HTTP OK 200. So let us again read this same file and see whether we have done everything properly or not. And that's it. There's our hey YouTube, and this is a line to be appended. So what we did till now, we opened an existing file, we created a new file, we appended some text into that file, and the last for this tutorial is how about we delete the file we just created, right? So this is the last operation for this tutorial. So let me just create another class, and I'll call it what, delete test. This should be a very good name for this. Again, import the main method. I'll finish it. I know guys, this tutorial is going to be a very large one, I guess, unlike my rest of the tutorials. Okay, so here I also have to open a new URL, and I'll pass the URL of that file I want to delete. Just remember that this first portion is it is persistent, right? When you are setting up everything on a local host, then version 1 is it's persistent. It's gonna be the same whatever you do, whether it's a create, delete, open, whatever. So the name of the file was tutorial1.txt, right? Now I'll pass my username name as this. Now some of you would not know my name if you are not following me, but that's it. So after that, delete. Now previous time when I was opening, the request method was open, right? Now this time the request method is gonna be delete, because we are deleting something, but before that we need to open the connection. The HTTP URL connection con is url.open connection. Let me just cast it. Oh well, do it fast, Eclipse, what are you doing? That's it. Now let me just set the method as, I'll just declare exception over here. I don't want to throw it all the time, so let me declare it as exception. Now no exception can disturb me. Set request method, and this method will be what, delete, right? So that's it. Now let me just use that map thing over here. No, I haven't copied it, so I'll just copy it from the previous tutorial and paste it over here. I don't want to write it all over again. Again, I'm changing something, that is the reason why I'm writing it, because I don't know why I'm actually doing it, but I found a solution on the internet and it says that you have to do it. But in some cases, I don't know. You guys try it out without this. Maybe for you it will work. I haven't really read the documentation completely, because there's, as I told you before, not much of a information is available on the internet regarding using the WebHDFS REST API from Java. So that's pretty much it, I guess. So let me just, run this application and see whether it works. Seems like I've done everything properly. Well, what is this? Some bad request or? No, I got a 200. So my data has been deleted. So let me just check my HDFS whether I've done it rightly. ls. If the file is not there, then our job is done. Damn, HDF is gonna take forever, I guess. Do it fast, please. What are you doing, HDFS? Oh, that's it. So as you can see, there are just two files, a file.txt and longdata.txt. There is no tutorial1.txt, so it has been deleted, right? So finally, up to this, I guess everything is clear for all of you. We did open our existing file, we created a new file, we appended some text, and finally we deleted the whole file. So at the end of the day, there is no point of this tutorial, I guess, because whatever we did, it has been deleted, right? So what I will be doing is I'll try to upload all of this code in my GitHub. So even if you don't want to write all that code, you can refer to my GitHub account and check out the code over there. So that's it, guys, for this tutorial, and let's see when I can get back with another one. So bye, have a nice day.